Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my Paris vlog. We just arrived here and I'm so excited to start exploring. All right, so for those of you who don't know, I am in Paris for the entire month of February, and Al and I, we wanted to go somewhere for a longer period of time. We were here in Paris last April, and if you're looking for a 4-day, 5-night like Paris itinerary, I definitely recommend to check out that video after this one because we are here for a full month. I'm going to be doing things at a more like slower pace. We are staying in the 3rd arrondissement, Le Marais, which is a very trendy neighborhood. There are so many cool boutiques, shopping, cafes. We could honestly just stay in this neighborhood and discover so much, but we are going to be here for the entire month, like I said. So this vlog will take you through my first kind of week in Paris, get unpacked and take in our new place that we're staying, which let me show you. Just to give you a little view of where we're staying, we have these 3 large windows. This is an Airbnb, but it's only for long-term rentals. So unfortunately, you can't book this for like just a week. But if you want more tips on finding long-term rentals, leave a comment down below and I can answer your questions. So I just wanted to share with you these gorgeous windows. Probably one of the reasons why I booked this place. And today for the first day, we're just gonna hang out and just relax. But we're gonna go out for a fun dinner this evening. Our first day, we started to explore our neighborhood and wandered around the narrow cobblestone streets. It's filled with boutiques, restaurants, cafes, and gives such a local vibe. We couldn't resist some window shopping, so we went to a thrift store called Tilt Vintage, where Al found a jacket, and I tried on some bags at Bobby's, a French brand. Overall, we love the vibe of this neighborhood, and we are so happy that we booked here. We are headed off to our first dinner here in Paris. So excited to check it out. We made a reservation actually today for 9:30 p.m., which I was like, are we gonna be even up for a 9:30 p.m. dinner? But we're actually pretty jet lagged, so we're gonna go check out a place called Carboni's, and it's top rated. It's a new kind of like sexy style Italian restaurant. So let's head off.
I mean, I'm looking at the peachy cacio pepe.
So I'm all ready to go. We are headed over to Parfums de Marly, one of my favorite perfumeries. They have a boutique in New York. I've been a few times, but today we're going to check out the Paris boutique to see their new fragrance, which I feel like fragrance is such a Parisian French thing. So I love trying new brands when we're in Paris and just checking out all the shops. This is my outfit of the day. I have a little gray cashmere on, a little silk scarf, black wool coat, and some gray trouser pants, just for a full-on monochromatic look. And of course, these comfortable shoes from Sam Edelman. And we are ready to go. So the crazy thing about visiting in winter is that I expected it to be a bit cooler, and it's like 55 degrees. And so it's very pleasant actually. It's the same temperature as when we were here last April. And when you have clothes to wear in the wintertime, it's very easy to walk around. So I feel like winter might be a really great time to come here if you don't want to embrace the crowd. So we are headed over now to Parfums de Marly, and I just can't get over the Paris architecture. It's so pretty. After shopping around, we headed over to Cafe Verlet for some lunch. They had some delicious kind of pastries in the window, which lured me right in, but we had a nice little lunch before we headed off back to explore. Ordered the salmon, and Al got the croque. We just had lunch and now we are by the Tuileries Garden, and this is one of my favorite areas of Paris because I am obsessed with this architecture. I think it's absolutely stunning. Have a little walk around, and then after we're gonna go to a brocante, which is flea market, and we want to find some unique Parisian home decor items, gold frames, candlesticks, maybe some cool trays, maybe glassware would be nice, and jewelry. Wander over there, and I did pick out something at Parfums de Marly. I will show you that when we get back to the house. Hopefully we get lucky
And find some hidden gems.
Yeah, so let's take a little walk. After our walk in the garden, we wandered over to the Louvre Museum. It was a cloudy day, so there weren't too many people outside. We visited this museum on our last visit to Paris, so we skipped going inside this time. We also passed through a covered passageway, this one being the most popular, called Galeries Vivienne. It's home to beautiful tile work and to one of the oldest bookstores in Paris. After exploring, we reached our brocante flea market and had a look around.
It's like character. Look at this one. This one's nice. This is good for like a.
Came back from the flea market. We didn't find anything yet. I think we have to go in knowing more what we're looking for, but there was a lot of cool things, but nothing that we really wanted to buy. But there was something very interesting, which was a €4 for 10 kilograms of a random package. I don't know where they source these packages from, but basically you can buy someone else's lost mail, or don't know how they got the mail, but you can buy it, and people were like shaking up packages. It kind of felt like Christmas, so that was something really interesting that I've never seen before. So I'm tempted to do one, but it's kind of like gambling. You don't know what you're gonna get. Some guy did it and got a handbag, so not sure if he was too excited about that. But right now we're headed over to a local spot for some drinks. It's called Le Comptoir General, and we've been to this restaurant I think about 4 or 5 years ago, so it's right in the neighborhood. We're gonna walk over and have some drinks, dinner, and hang out at a cool local spot, so let's go. The entrance of this bar restaurant feels like a speakeasy. You head in the back and you are welcomed with palm trees and a fun kind of tropical vibe. On the menu, they have plenty of unique signature cocktails. They were all looking so good, even a lot of rum punches. So if you miss kind of that tropicalness, you could definitely have to come here for a rum punch cocktail. And the menu featured plenty of fish dishes with a fun kind of fusion menu. We even had guacamole here, which was so delicious. And we ended our dinner with some amazing chocolate mousse. Morning everyone. I booked a little walking tour of the neighborhood just to learn more about where we're staying and finding some cool streets to walk down. So when we're exploring here for the next month, we can kind of just know more about the neighborhood that we're staying in. We took a walking tour of Les Marais and started at the Seine River, learning about Paris's past, and within just 10 minutes of our tour, we already learned so much.
On the tour.
Been like 5 minutes and we already learned so much, including the Hotel Particulier.
Hotel Particulier.
Yes. It's not a hotel, it's private mansions, and we are walking to some most famous private mansions, which I love.
And we also learned that Les Marais is named after the word swamp.
I learned something new. On this tour, we visited many private mansions and learned about who lived there. Of course, I got sidetracked when I saw a cute cat on a motorbike. How cute. I think one of the best ways to discover a new place is on foot, and these guided tours will make you learn something new about where you are visiting, so I highly recommend doing one in any city. One of my favorite places that we visited was the court of the Hotel Sully, which had a beautiful architecture and a nice manicured public garden, which I would just spend so many hours in, especially during the spring-summer season. We also discovered some free museums to visit, including this one, the Musée Carnavalet, which we will end up visiting later in this video. This was the courtyard of this private mansion, and it was just absolutely stunning. Our walking tour ended with discovering new streets, quiet areas, and even some secret gardens, and of course ended the tour in the Jewish district on Rue des Roisers. After a long walking tour of over 2.5 hours, it was time for lunch, and we headed over to the trendy Chez Jeannot.
So they have avocado tartare.
Ooh!
With crayfish and grapefruit, warm ratatouille with poached egg.
That's what we needed. After our walking tour, we are now at Chez Jeannot, which is a very popular restaurant, and we are having some lunch, déjeuner, but first coffee. But we did keep the drink menu to have wine in just a minute. We just needed some coffee after that tour. I ordered the duck, which is a new one for me. I'm excited to try it. And you got the mushroom risotto. We're definitely gonna share because I want a bite of it. Finished our lunch at Chez Jeannot. We went actually, I think, right as they opened. So we got a table right away, which is why I saw in the clips no one was there. But when we left, there was a huge line outside. So we got in at a good time, and we actually made reservations for later next week for dinner. We're gonna try new things because they have the same menu, but they have different daily specials. So I think next time for dinner, we're gonna do like the steak.
Yeah.
So for our first week in Paris, we wanted to go somewhere nice for dinner. Sorry about the noise. It's a little noisy. It's like right after work, everyone is rushing over to get to the train. But we are going to go to the Eiffel Tower, and we are going to dine on the first level inside the tower. And the restaurant is called Madame Brasserie, and it's on the first level of the Eiffel Tower. Our reservation is needed, and I feel like if you're looking for something a bit more fancy, elegant, or memorable in your time in Paris, this might be a great option. The perfect way to kind of experience Paris in a very glamorous way. So we're headed over there to the Eiffel Tower, and I am wearing this lace top. This is actually from Amazon, and I paired it underneath this black camisole, which I feel like is the perfect way to kind of wear something a bit summery for the winter time. And I love it, it's just so cute. And again, I'm also wearing these fun Amazon earrings. I just love how they add such a bold look. I'm gonna put my coat on, some fragrance on. I'll probably put on the one that I just got from Parfums de Marly. We are here at the, we've made it to the Eiffel Tower. It's so pretty. And we actually came here at sunset, and we are gonna be eating, I think at that level right there. And the entrance I believe it's on the right side. What ticket? We're going down to security to get to the top. And we just finished our dinner. It's so cool to be in here. And you can kind of step below and see what's below you, so it's really cool.
This dinner was amazing. I highly recommend it, and it's so worth it if you have never been in Paris or you have a special occasion.
Totally.
Yeah.
The table next to us was celebrating a 50th birthday with their whole family, and it's cool just to be inside the Eiffel Tower, and the food was incredible. Like all of their creams and sauces. Like, you know, when you go to a restaurant and you want to make things at home, like this, I don't think you could make it at home.
No,
like,
not at all.
It was like you couldn't try.
But also, it's the kind of place where you're not sure if it's going to be good. One of the most famous tourist landmarks in the world. But the food was actually really good. It was like French fine dining, so
yes,
great
modern,
service.
like restaurant, very beautiful, and we had a really great time. So now we're in the Eiffel Tower and we're just walking around, trying to find the exit, and just taking it all in because we've never actually been inside the Eiffel Tower. We've only been around it, so we're gonna walk around now and look, oh, cool, we're in the Eiffel Tower. Hello everyone, it has been a few days in Paris and I hope you're enjoying the vlog so far. We did check out another brocante, which is basically another flea market. This time though, I put my phone away, I put my camera away so I could really focus. This one was in Place des Republiques and it was huge. There were so many different vendors. Honestly, some vendors are selling kind of like crap, I will say. Like, you know, you're gonna find like random kids' toys and just like stuff that, I mean, not that cute. However, once you pass by another sellers, you'll find really cool collections of like candlesticks, artwork frames. So I'm gonna do a little haul of what I got at a Paris flea market and the prices. We were on the hunt for a vintage style frame and we found this one, which has a fun picture of a horse on it. Not too sure about the photo itself, but the frame I feel like is perfect. It has so much detail. There were a lot of like plain frames or they had like velvet matting, which I don't love. So I love the frame of this and we got this for 35 euro. He wanted 40. We got down for 35. I feel like we could have gotten down a little bit more, but honestly, we're like haggling in French and we don't know what we're doing. Then we walked a bit further and we found these girls checking out scarves and I was like, I love scarves. I did not think of why I wouldn't be looking out for scarves. So we found a seller who sells vintage designer scarves. She's been collecting scarves for 30 years and she's selling part of her collection. And so the first scarf that I picked up is a vintage Celine scarf. It has a beautiful detail, kind of like horse bits, honestly. And it has a bright green border. Love the colors. I think it's just so pretty. We got that Celine Paris on there. Now, the seller was very honest. There were like kind of, it's a little damaged. Like there's some like bits that are not completely flat, but honestly, you cannot tell. Cannot tell. So we got a really good deal for this. And then I got this one, which is a vintage Salvatore Ferragamo scarf. And I love the color of this because it's a bit more neutral. You can wear this all the time, even like around your neck. You can kind of wear it. I like styling scarves around my neck just to add a pop of color because my wardrobe is quite plain. So I love this. Total was $130 for 2 vintage scarves. She did give me a deal because I got 2 of them. So I think she wanted $90 for this, but I got it down to $70 and this was $60. That's how much it was. So these are the 2 scarves that I got. They also have a lot of furniture pieces. So I picked up these cute little posters. It says time in French. This has almonds on it and this one has rosemary. I'm so mad though because this stain was not there when I got it. So I'm not sure how it got there. I know we got croissants afterwards, but I swear the croissants were in a separate bag. So hopefully I can get this stain out. I don't know. Let me know down below if you know any like tips of how to get stains out. And these were €5 each. And how cute would it be like in a kitchen framed like next to each other or like an outdoor like screened in porch? Do I have a screened in porch? No, but I think it'd be cute for that kind of space. So those are the things that I got at the Brocante. Now we are gonna go out and get lunch. We're going to a Italian restaurant. Today we're gonna do a museum. A lot of museums here are free actually. So we're gonna go to one, check it out. I'm like, you guys, the shopping here is so good. Oh, and let me show you what I got at Parfum St. Marley. Firstly, we got so many samples. They'll give you samples if you are trying one out, which I recommend because it does kind of smell differently on you. And I got their newest fragrance. It's called Altair, but it's a base of vanilla notes, which I love. I don't have any vanilla type fragrances in my personal perfume collection. And the great thing about this is that it is stunning on a woman and it's also stunning on a man. So I think Al and I will be sharing this one because it's so good. We always tend to like gravitate towards the same fragrances. In fact, let's just put some on right now. That's what the bottle looks like. Do it in the hair. Okay, let's go to lunch. Now we wait for the train. We are now taking the train to get to lunch. We could walk, 30-minute walk versus a 15-minute train and walk. I feel like let's go with the train. And it's pretty easy to navigate. We also have this card from our last visit, which is basically, instead of getting paper cards, it's more of like credit card. You won't lose this as much as the other cards.
Train is here. Okay. Please.
Yeah, so we're going the right way.
Okay.
And then we turn left up there.
Uh-huh.
And then we go that way.
Perfect. All right. Okay, let's go in. And slivers.
I think we're clients.
Okay, yeah. Oh, actually, clients. Bonjour. Oui. Merci. Look how cute this is. Perfect.
Wow, that's a big
Merci.
spritz. Spritz is literally like the size of my head.
It's so
big. But anyway.
Oh. That's perfect.
The inside of the burrata. Ooh. Oh my god. I could eat that every day.
The best part?
Yes. No, the best part is the truffle.
Oh yeah, the truffle, yes. Oh, look at that.
Wow. Wow, fresh truffles.
Ooh.
Goodness. Look at that.
I want some of that. It's very creamy and the truffle is just perfection.
We just had an incredible lunch. You have to go there. There's like burrata on everything, lots of truffles, and also a lot of pistachios. So if you love that kind of good, hearty Italian cuisine, highly recommend. They also have different locations all around Paris, depending on like what neighborhood you're staying in. And now we're gonna go to a museum called the Musée des Carnavals, which is actually a free admission museum, and it's all about like the history of France. So we're gonna go check it out.
Oh, the food was so good. The truffle pasta,
Yeah.
amazing.
In that Parmesan wheel, so good. We're full.
Very full.
So we're trying to walk it off. Gonna check out this museum and maybe have a little drink afterwards. The Musée Carnavalet is the museum of the history of Paris. Its collection of more than 625,000 works of art make it one of France's largest museums. So we just stepped outside this museum and they have a gorgeous courtyard, and yes, the admission is free, so you can just walk in. And I honestly just love this courtyard area. It's just so quiet and very beautiful. Inside of this museum, you'll find paintings, sculptures, furniture, decorative woodwork, shop signs, photographs, drawings, prints, and posters. There's so many things to discover, and you can travel through Paris from prehistoric times to the present day, which is really cool to see Paris in the 1700s with paintings. I really recommend this museum if you're looking for something to do. Grabbing a little drink, outdoor cafe, and we're gonna people watch. Favorite thing to do. We are now headed to dinner. It's on a pedestrian-only street, which is really cool. Every restaurant seems so busy, so we're really pumped to try out some traditional French cuisine.
So we are on Rue Montaigu. I think that's how we pronounce it. If not,
Yeah.
we'll just leave it here on the screen. But it looks like, it reminds me sort of Rue Claire. And there's just a bunch of restaurants, bars. Definitely check it out if you're over here in this neighborhood. But it's starting to rain.
Yeah.
We're gonna head to the restaurant.
Oh, I see it. We had dinner in a classic French bistro with cute outside tables once the weather gets better, but the inside had such a cozy decor. The menu has traditional French dishes, and I was so excited to order escargot. We order escargot. Oh my goodness. Deviled eggs. All right, we are going to try some escargot. There it is. Oh my god.
Okay. How is it?
So good.
Really?
Yo, I love escargot. They're so good. For dinner, we tried some classic French dishes, including steak and fries, and everything here was so delicious. If you're looking for a classic French restaurant, I highly recommend to check this one out. And you cannot skip dessert here. It was phenomenal, especially that chocolate mousse.
Oh my god.
Good morning. It has been 1 week plus of us being in Paris, and let me tell you something. See that light right there? It is the first time it's been sunny in over a week. We knew that coming in, visiting in February, but I did not know it was gonna be that cloudy every day. So now I'm getting ready for the day. We are going to Montmartre. We're gonna get lunch up there and kind of have a fun day. We have a lot of fun things planned for today. Later, we're gonna check out 2 different cocktail bars. And then after that, we have a 10:15 p.m. dinner reservation at this place called Sinner, which is like a party restaurant. We had to stay up like all day just for that. And can we just look at this foundation? It is so good. And you won't believe which one it is. It is Maybelline. Like, this is a drugstore foundation. I feel like it just makes my skin look so luminous. I love it. I love this foundation. It's like almost gone too. Speaking of makeup, I feel like the typical Parisian, I've noticed, does not wear a lot of makeup. In fact, most of the Parisians that I see don't wear any makeup at all. So that is something that I'm not used to. And I feel like once they see me on the street, they can just tell by the amount of makeup that I'm wearing that I'm a tourist, but that's okay. I feel comfortable with a little baby beat going on. So I'm gonna set my concealer. So overall, we had a really good first week and a couple days in Paris. We're really glad to see the sun. I will say that does change things, and we've kind of been waiting out a few things that we want to do for better weather. Firstly, we want to go to Epernay, Champagne region of France. And so we want to do like wine tasting, champagne tasting, ideally on a sunny-ish day. It doesn't matter if it's cold, but we want to do that. And we also want to go to another day trip to the Loire Valley to see some castles, waiting out on a sunny day for that. And I actually was only planning on just doing kind of one vlog, but I feel like I'm gonna continue vlogging what we do in Paris because we just have so many things planned for the next coming weeks. We're here for another 3 more weeks, so I feel like I should just share it. So let me know in the comments if you want to see more Paris vlogs. I want to go to some museums as well. I just feel like we have to do so much. We kind of just started slow and we're kind of now doing more touristy things, especially when the weather gets better. All right, makeup is done. I'm gonna get dressed. Don't know what I'm gonna wear, but I think I kind of overpacked for this trip, which is crazy. So I'm actually really hungry. So let's head over to Montmartre. So as soon as we headed out the door, the sun went away and the clouds and the rain, they did come. So despite it being a nice day in the morning, it turned into a cloudy day, but we still explored the Montmartre area, which is located on top of a hill. It used to be separated from the old city of Paris by a wall, and now it's connected to the rest of the city. And here is where all of the artists hanged out. Pablo Picasso, Vincent van Gogh, they all had working studios in this neighborhood, so you can kind of feel that old vibe, the artistic vibe up here, and it's a really cool place to wander around, and you'll get amazing views of Paris from up here. For lunch, we headed over to the Hardware Society. It's a top-rated breakfast place in Montmartre, but we went for lunch. They have great egg dishes, and I absolutely loved their coffee here. A really good spot to hang out. They also had a tuna tartare, which is one of my favorite things on any menu, so I highly recommend for a tasty breakfast or lunch. We're gonna have a fun Friday night. We're gonna get some drinks at a speakeasy bar, cocktails. The sun finally kind of popped out, and we're currently in the Saint Germain district, which is so pretty. There's so many like cute, typical Parisian bars and cafes, and the architecture here is so beautiful. But first, let's start off this Friday night with a good cocktail. Good morning, everyone. Dinner last night was so much fun. We got back around like 12:30 at night, which is so late for dinner. If you're looking for a cool, trendy, fun vibe restaurant, I definitely recommend check it out. It is on the pricier end of things though, so dinner was pretty expensive, but if you want like a cool vibe, the food, however, was so good. The beef tartare tacos were hands down my favorite thing at that restaurant. And one of the favorite things that I've eaten all the trip yet. So really highly recommend. It is a rainy Saturday. It's also pretty cold. So we're gonna have a chill night in and just cozy up, you know? So thank you so much for watching. We have so much more that we have to see in Paris. And let me know if you've ever been to Paris. With that, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the week. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.